everybody, it is time for the reveal. This is an intro before the intro, so I'm going to take you through the whole transformation of the sewing room, how it looks now. But I wanted to pop in right now to remind you about the Love Notion sale, the Me Made May. It is a trunk show for the entire month of May. So every single day in the month of May, you can get a different Love Notions pattern for $5. You can use my code SewDane1 to get an additional 10% off. But today, the day that you're seeing this, will be day 3, which is the Sunday romper. So make sure you tune in every day to Love Notions. I will leave my affiliate link down below. Of course, I do earn a little bitty commission from that. It helps the channel. Feel free to use it, or you do not have to use it at all. But every single day you can shop Love Notions patterns throughout the month, see what they present to you each day in the month of May, and use my code SewDane1 to save an additional 10%. But let's go ahead and kick off this video so you can see the transformation of the room, and then I'm going to take you on in and we're going to wrap it up with some of the things that I have been using since the room has been fully updated that I am absolutely enjoying. Okay, so here is part 1. Today is actually Monday, March 9th. And what I've started doing, I'll throw in a clip of how this area looked. But I had some totes, some big totes, and a bunch of stuff crowded up underneath the table. And so here I am. Now I've started taking all that stuff out. Those totes that were up under there are actually in our living room that I'm going to go through, because my goal, I am not bringing those totes back in here. And I know I will be moving this table. And so I decided to start here, and then I will go this way, because I know once I move this out of the way, this table is going over here. And there's a couple things from Amazon that I want to get. So which I'm just taking my time going through. It's a bunch of stuff that need to go in our recycle bin, and little trash here and there, but any fabric scraps will go in my fabric scrap bin. And then I'll go up underneath there, and so bit by bit. So we'll see. This is what I'm capturing now, and once I make a dent in this, I will come back in with an update. Okay, it is Wednesday, March 11th, so it's been a couple days. I have switched the room around, or started to switch the room around. I'm going to show you the next step. It actually just started brightening up, because I would have done the short today and it was super dark earlier. I could have waited, I guess, to do it, but anyway. So I'll show you what I have done. I got a couple organizational things in, and I'm waiting on a couple more, and I'm going to share with you what those are. Ooh, something. And show you what I've taken out of the closet. So let me give you a quick tour. So starting back at the entryway of the room. So a couple things I've done already. I only have one part of, my cutting table. I have that up because I wanted to make sure it fit in this space. I put it in, and then the ironing board is permanently moved over there, which is awesome. It was right here and it was blocking a lot of space. But Lady Dana is actually going to go in front of the fabric behind me, so she's just sitting there. I have this stand is going to stay exactly the way it was. I was thinking about changing it to give more room over here, but I like the clock facing me, and I like to be able to get to the window to let fresh air in easily. So that's that. And then right now I just have everything kind of set up here, so nothing will be up underneath this table except for my tracing paper. Before I had, y'all saw it, I had all kind of stuff. I don't like a bunch of stuff around my feet. And so that aggravated me for a very long time. So I'm happy to have this time to really just do something about it. I have some boxes over here that have some organizational things I have ordered. One of the things I have done, so there's always been this space. I like space, and I really like vertical space. And there's enough space. I found a unit that I'll be able to put in here that it's about 70 some inches tall, and I think about 9 inches deep, but this space here is roughly 9 or 10 inches. So I measured, and the thing should fit perfectly in there. And then everything that's up here, okay, good, it's focused. It's a lot of piddly things that's up here that's going to go in that storage. And then these boxes where I have my commercial the actual papers for a lot of patterns I worked on are in there. I'll put on top. But yeah, I'm gonna move some vertical space here. I'm taking that stuff down, and I want this for the most part to be clear, and with just like everything that you see here is stained, but it's a lot of little piddly things. These boxes, a lot of my other stuff is going to be moved around. Pictures, that book up there, that's stained, but there's some pictures I'm gonna move around in the room. And then the closet, if you remember, this is where my ironing board was. So it stuck out this way towards the camera, right? So now that is over here. The cutting table is going to go here, which will allow me to walk around it. Which, whoever watched my video from, I don't know how long ago, they was like, how come you want to move your cutting table? And I think I thought of that initially, but yeah, I think that was maybe 2 or 3 years. No, it had to be 2 years ago, because we've only been in this house for 4 years this year. So it had to be like 2 years ago when I did some rearranging in here. And my Billy bookcases, none of those are moving. The closet, for the most part, is good. There's a lot of empty space, because if you remember, I had purchased that. I have 2 of those stands I got from IKEA. Here's my second one. It's those shelves down there are empty, so there's things I can put in there. And then these things, I have the cover from my sewing machines that can go in here, because I want to make actual covers and not use those hard plastic ones. But up top I have space to put stuff. I took a bunch of patterns. You all know I had a bunch of patterns lined all up. I'll show you that, but I'm getting ready to do a hard recycle. A lot of stuff is about to go on the recycle. And then I have my machines, and the point of me getting these, all of this is going to be moved, but the point of me getting these, because they're on wheels and I can easily move them out, because this is where that other stand is and where my printer is sitting. I can move things out. That was the whole purpose. And before, my mirror that's here was here, but I know when I'm here on the cutting table and I'm talking, I don't want the reflection of the mirror. So I just moved the mirror over here, which works out. And then I moved this thing was on this side, and which I couldn't close the door because of that, but now I can close the door, and it opens up so much space. So I can close this, so when I'm behind my cutting table, and you'll see I'll have all this free walking space and not feel clustered. I still have to go through all of this and empty this out, but that is where things stand at the moment. And so let me show you all those patterns I took down. And yeah, I'm just gonna do a hard recycle bin, recycle bin, recycle bin. Let me show you. Okay, so this is in another room of the house, but all of these came from the closet. I am doing a hardcore, pretty much the ones I'm gonna keep. I know are a lot of the Love Notion ones because they fit me so well, and patterns that I have done fit adjustments on that I like the fit. Definitely keeping those because I put a lot of work in those, but I expect these to be dwindled down to basically nothing. And the other two, I don't think I showed in my closet. I'll keep there, but I'll show that when I wrap up. But yeah, this is what I have. I think this is 5. Yeah, we're gonna do a hard get rid of. But yeah, all right, let's keep going. Okay, quick little update entering into the room. So remember, we have this stand that have all current projects and things that I'm working on. I am getting ready to remove all of this off. I had been cleaning stuff off. It's just this stuff here. They need to be cleaned off. So in the final look, remember, all of this will be removed. So as I said, you all know I love vertical space. Love to go up as far as I can. And so this here's where all my fabric is here, and some other items down there, which I think I'm gonna switch out the bucket that's in there to it. My pink one is deeper, and so I'll take that brown one out and put the pink at the bottom. I'm not really concerned about matching buckets and stuff like that, but anyway, so plus that's at the bottom. So as we go up, you see I've cleaned off all of that stuff, and that's the only thing that will remain up there. It was always clean up there until I started piling stuff, but as you can tell, I moved that one stand here, and I have now a little this plastic thingamajig here, which all it has is things that I use. My camera will go here. Here's the camera thing, my little remote, tape for labeling fabric, and a few other things. And so that will be behind here, and this is the same. Nothing over here changed. It just needed all to be cleaned up. And you all remember Regal, Great Dane, SewNaturalDane. I love sewing, I love Great Dane, so that's where that came from. But anyway, so all of this, nothing changed here on top. But look at this, that space that was in between, and I will link to this. It worked perfectly. Look at that fit, and enough shelves for me to put everything. So all my products for the website is here. So very excited about that. Nothing over here changed. Nothing changed over here. Everything, packing, shipping stuff. My little trolley fits perfect in there, so I can pull that out as needed. I'm not done over here. I will be going to the Dollar Tree tomorrow. Today is actually Sunday, March 15th. Sunday, March 15th. So my goal to keep everything up under here clear from my feet. Perfect. And then these little stands worked. I will say I accidentally put all these together wrong, and I had to undo them. It's longer parts that go here, and I accidentally put the shorter parts there. I had mixed it all up. So anyway, I had to take it all apart. But anyway, so I'm going to get some other stuff. For now, this notebooks and stuff will stay right there, because that stuff I reach for a lot, and so it'll either go right here or is going to go over there. We shall see. But anyway, so my machines are going to go here, and that's where my where I kept all my needles and whatnot. So, and then I have another thing I got from Amazon. I think I have a couple ideas for that. Nothing over here changed except for that stand. I bought the stand. I brought that out of my closet. I have to get a bucket for, like, I have a bunch of Post-it notes and stuff like that, and things like that. I want to put that in and put that up here. over here it's still kind of looking a mess because I gotta move all my shipping label stuff. There's Lady Dane. Everything is fitting perfectly with my cart. And yeah, I got these. I will definitely show these once they're all done. I have cleaned out these racks that was hanging in the closet. I have that sitting up there. I just have that sitting there because I want to make sure it will fit on the table. You'll see what's going to go there shortly, and I can still reach the side, which is nice for writing on my board. What's going on over here, I have pulled everything out because what I plan to do, and hopefully the light will pop on in here. Remember, I have the motion lights. I have two. I have one up there. I don't know if it needs a new battery because it didn't go off, so that might just need a new battery. But I have this one to give me light inside the closet. But I am going to go through, I want all my interfacing over here and backup interfacing, because underneath the table I have a bag where interfacing is gonna go, but anything backup and stuff will go in here. And my printer paper, none of that has changed because my printer is still here in the closet. I have really dwindled down. Ooh, you guys, I got rid of a lot. And then over here, not sure. Okay, there's the light. Oh, there's the other light. It probably still needs a new battery because that was quite delayed, but I got stuff put up now. And yeah, and I have all these empty drawers that need, I'm gonna put my foam and different stuff like that over on this side. And so yeah, then put everything back in, and then I can actually put up my table, and I'm almost done. I am almost done. I'm so happy. This, oh my gosh, I love using a vertical space. Oh, and if I didn't point this out, for this shelf that I managed to get to fit this space, on top are my 3 boxes of my commercial patterns. You know, the paper and everything that I put in after I use them. I'd usually just put the plain envelope back in my buckets and then put everything else in there. So I am so happy it is coming along. It is, oh, and I cleaned out this whole thing. I went through every single pocket, cleaned stuff out, threw stuff out, and I just have this here because it was kind of hidden. This is my, when I got my colors done, and then I have the little envelope from getting my colors done. Thought it'd be nice just to have it out. But yeah, and the mirror now is on this side, so that's where we at. So the next time you see, the next clip you'll see is everything completely done. Okay, let's go on in. So as you walk in, and I'll just close the door here so you can see behind the door. So as you walk into the room, here we are. It is a beautiful day here in Texas. The windows are open. The ceiling fans are going. Absolutely love, love, love. So I've been using her. I've been working in here. It has been the best. And as you can tell, my sewing machines have moved over here. I should have popped up at the start somewhere in recording this, because I was recording this over a month, over several weeks. And so how it looked before and now how it looks now. I'm going to set you up over here. I am super excited that I now have the full walk around of my sewing table. Look at this. So now when I'm cutting out, I can go around the entire table. Now, why this wasn't set up the very first time I set up my room, I don't know. Who knows? But we'll be here 4 years come this year, and so yeah, another rejig. And so this is probably the final change, because this was all about really switching where my machines were, and then for me really to get the best use of space out of my cutting table. And I am absolutely loving it. I will share, nothing much has changed in the closet. All of the patterns, I will say, all of the patterns that I think I had showed in the clip that I was donating. And I'm going to move you a little bit over here. Yeah, I can see you a little bit better over here. So a lot of the patterns that I had that I have since donated, all of those are gone to new homes. I'm very happy with what I have left. There are a few things that I am just absolutely loving, and you're a little crooked, maybe I'll fix that in editing, but I am loving it. I am loving it. I picked up from Five Below. So for those who are, I think it's a Texas store, but Five Below, maybe it's a southern south or whatever. These little foam pads, and so I have command strips. I haven't decided if I want to put it on the wall or stick it on my cabinet over there, because that's by the cutting table. And I have these little it came with these little the pins to put in here for me, and I got 2 of them. So I haven't decided. I think I'm gonna stick them on the door over here by my cutting table, which is right there where you can see, yeah, though that which is a Billy bookcase with doors on it. And so when I tell you, moving around in here has been phenomenal. It has been really, really a good thing. So let me share with you a couple of things, and I'll link below the new things. There's not a ton new that I've done. I've gotten rid of so much stuff. I was using boxes and packages from things as storage solutions, as a temporary storage solution. It was really temporary because it really, I mean, you thought I just went to the store and bought up a bunch of stuff. As many packaging and stuff that I had to throw out. But yeah, and I'm so excited. Just a couple weeks ago, actually I need to switch you off of this stand. I'll be right back. And so I am so excited that everything is now redone. I feel so good moving around in here. It feels good. Just the ironing, my ironing board is right here. So sometimes, depending on what I'm ironing, I just turn this way, because the main machine that I sew on is my Bernina, the one I purchased. You all saw that video through a friend few years ago. And my Genome is at the end. I'll give you a quick pan around. But sometimes I have my ironing board right here, and I will just turn over and just iron what I need, some interfacing or something on, and turn right back here, especially if I'm working on this machine. I don't just spin all the time, because I like to still get up, sit down, and actually move. I don't want to just stay stationary the whole time that I'm sewing. But sometimes if it's quick, I'll just turn over, iron, and it is all good. I also am very excited that I was able to, my friend had sent me, or not sent me, she asked me to restuff her pillows for this big chair that she had. Now when I tell you, these things were humongous, I was happy to do it. She did pay me, but I was happy to do it because I had 2 full bins. So I have 4. 2 are in the garage still full, but 2 full in my sewing room filled with scraps. I used up all of those scraps, and so I just have 1 bin left that's pretty empty, and so I am very excited about that. The other 2 I'm probably gonna save for the stuff we need to do around the house when we do our outdoor pillows and different things like that. I want to have enough scraps for that. So I want to make a bunch. I probably don't have enough scraps to make a bunch, but you know how you like to have a lot of decorative pillows out in the patio and stuff like that. But when I tell you, this new space is so phenomenal. So let me show you just a couple of the things that I did purchase that just added so much more flexibility and usability of the space. And I am absolutely loving it. So let me flip you around here. So actually I just had you sitting in the windowsill right there, but anyway, so here are my machines. This is where all of my machines are. So you all know I have 5 machines. I just have 3 of them out. I have a serger, my genome, which is what I will use for, I bought it for handbag making. I can officially say I am going to take this to the local dealer that I have a relationship with to see if I can turn that in. And I actually want something else I don't particularly care for that anymore. It's not doing what I wanted to do, especially with heavier, thicker fabrics. And if I want to work with some leather and some vinyls, it get a little tricky. I always had this little stand, this little pink stand that kept my needles and extra bobbins and stuff in, and so I have that. But yeah, I just work on this Bernina, and it is the Artista 180. So over here, the only thing new that I got was this stand. So what this is actually shoe shelves, and you can buy, I think I bought a 9 tier or a 10 tier, I can't remember, but anyway, you easily put them together and you can set things on. And so I'm always about vertical space, and so I knew over here on this stand, you all know I always had this, but I wanted vertical space, so I decided to get this to put some things in. I just have some random like quick buttons that I think I would use. I have my little binder things, and then that's just some like post-it notes, tabs, different stuff like that. And of course I have my clock that is flashing. I need to reset because we did lose power the other day from the storm. But anyway, and so behind here I also have the other 3 over here. I think I did 9. No, I did 10, because I can tell you what the other 4 are. So on here I just have little things I might reach for underneath here. My curve ruler, different things like that. My Fiskars and my rotary cutter blades, some, little things like that is what I have sitting up here. And then my one cart is over here. So this is where I have all of my sewing items. That's actually the quilt stuff I'll be working on, my grandmother's quilt. But I just have things. I left all this down here because there's things I reach for, but not a ton. There, I reach for them though. And so this was a perfect little space for me just to slide this in, because the table fit beautifully. And if you recall, I had this empty space, this blank space between these 2 shelves. How about I found this shelf to fit everything, all the extra stuff, all this stuff used to sit on the floor. Or so now I just have my boxes with my this is actually the paper of the insides of patterns that I've sewn up, or the ones I've taken out of envelopes that's stored in here. But they're all pretty much stored there. Nothing over here has changed. Obviously the nothing over here has changed. Up here everything is completely clean. Y'all remember my Rego, and then all of this was just cleaned up. Love that this was cleaned up. I hated having stuff up here sitting, just random stuff sitting up here. It used to bug me, so I'm so happy I was able to finally clean that up. Did I buy this? No, I already had this. And so it's just some random things I keep in there that I reach for every now and again, like my camera. I keep my remote thing in there. All of that is in here. And again, vertical space. I have things in these particular boxes that I keep, and it's easy for me to get to them. I love using vertical space. Now, I don't have anything on my walls, as you can see. And I'm thinking I want decor, not pictures. A mix of decor, and I still want to make a quilt, a quilt wall hanging for in here. So one of these days I'll get to it. But for now, the walls are blank. Now the other 4 of those tiers is right here at my cutting table. So I put this at the edge of the cutting table. I only need this much space for pretty much cutting out anything. I don't need a ton of space. Oh, you all will be happy to know I redid the muslin of the husband's jeans, and so I just got a couple tweaks to do, so I'm moving along there. But so I have my printers here when I'm doing shipping anything out. I have my different printers for labels and whatnot. I found my drawstring, so that is here where I can see it. And so and then I have my snap refills, and then here I just have my cutting utensils and my awl, stuff like that. And then up top I have this here. Now this, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it up. Oh, sorry, you can see this here is holding all of the good scissors that I have not, well, I use these because I use those when I'm doing upcycling. And so yeah, and then these are my cutting, the electric cutting shears. And so yeah, that's what's here. And of course my wall where I put things I'm working on is still over there, and some other personal stuff. Now when I go back here, so that's obviously the room, the door leading into the room, I decided to put, nothing here has changed, still holds all projects and stuff I'm working on, but I do have my, both of my, it was better to have both of my tabletop hole punchers and stuff here as opposed to up there, because they were taking up space, and this was perfect to have them there because, and it's also easy for me to reach. And if I ever put up the iron, which I probably never will, it can hang back there. But as you can tell, I use that for other things. And I just have some other storage items here. If you remember, this was inside, now it's outside, which is so much better because I can close this door now, which it opens up so much space in here. So when I open up this, nothing has changed in here, so there's not much to show that's different, except for a lot of those let's see if I can get one of these lights to turn on. Yeah, one of a lot of those patterns are gone, and I've been able to store some other stuff up here. These are the rest of my indie patterns that I did keep, and there's still more space for stuff up here, but other things, my other empty laundry bin is up there. And then all of this stuff here is just things that are stored. I know exactly what all of that is, and so it is good. Now this back here is stuff that I grabbed from Blueprint DIY. She was closing her shop, and so she had a lot of stuff like denim stuff that she upcycled that she was selling. And so you pay what it offer a price. I got so much stuff, y'all, so much left. Let me see if I can get this light to turn back on. But as you can't tell, but it's a few things of denim hanging here. So I just got this here because I know that's some stuff I'll be working on. And of course, none of this has changed. My other machines are here. My Brother Scan and Cut is here, and that's where I keep my printer is in there. And then these are the projects you've seen me already talk about, actually, that I have worked on. So there are a few things that I absolutely love about this space that I have been working in, and I was like, oh my gosh, this has come in so handy. First of all, I am going to show you, let me see, you should be able to see it, these storage units underneath. So the cutting table, remember when it was against the wall that you're sitting on now, I had these big, it was just a hot mess up underneath the table. These big old buckets, and this stuff was stuffed in there. I had to go through all of that, and it was a lot of paper in there because I was using it for, it was leftover sheets from when you ordered your PDF copy shop, and I was just saving and stuff. I mean, that bucket was full of paper and other stuff. I recycle all of that. Only have a few pieces of that because I also have tracing paper, and I, you know, if it's good sheets from A0, I'll probably fold them and just put them up under here like I have them. I'll show you that in a moment. But other than that, some of that was just too scrappy to be hanging on to, so I recycled all of that. But you can tell here, I now have these storage bins. Let me share with you what's in them. And so I got them because once that I knew I didn't want to keep those buckets, those 2 large buckets. Those are in our garage right now. Probably won't keep them. But at any rate, I wanted something functional. So I bought these storage bins. They're on wheels. I'm going to show you. And what I put in there is, I've since been to the thrift store. I've been thrifting. I've been, like I said, I went to Blueprint DIY, her space closing, and got a bunch of denim. But yeah, I've been thrifting because I have some upcycling ideas and stuff. And I've been storing, there's some other stuff I've been storing up underneath here. When I tell you it comes in handy, and that space allowed me, I thought these were large enough where I could only fit 2 up underneath. How about I can fit 4? I can fit 4. So let me show you. So here they are, and you can probably see through them. There's denim. Like this one actually holds my swimsuiting fabric. I just put it in here because I didn't have much, and so I just put that in there as to separate it. And so absolutely love that. And I love these were so easy to put together, and they roll. They're on wheels. And so what were they? I got them on sale. The first time I bought them, I think I paid $89 for them, and then they went down to like $49 or something. When I needed 2 more, they were like marked down. And so I'll link to everything, but see how I have the denim and everything in there. I just folded up real good so I can put it in there. And so that's on this side. What I have sitting on top are some extra cutting mats. And remember that paper I told you, excess paper I had? It's just a little bit now. I just folded it up right there. And that actually is a scrap that goes to something. But anyway, and then back here on this end, I put my, the envelopes, the clear envelopes that I had. Look at all those. Y'all, I have, oh my gosh, I think a good 100. So I'm good on envelopes. And then, oh, I didn't show you. Here's the ironing board. I need a new ironing cover. And then that's my little ironing station I got stuff on. And then on this end of the table, I have, and of course this is the IKEA table. That's not new, but this is how I just put, you know, I have some wipes there, and then I have this bucket, which used to be my trash can, but I figured it was tall enough and I can put all of my tall, what do you call these, tall rulers and stuff in there. And so yeah, I love that. So when we go around to the other side of the table, I have 2 more. They fit perfect, and they're not full. So most of these are empty. Only the 2 on the top have something in them, but the rest of them are empty. And then on this side, I have a bag filled with my interfacing. And it was like a perfect fit right here for me to easily get to. Glad I stocked up on interfacing, but yeah, that's what I have for right now. So when I'm here on my cutting table, you guys, I absolutely love it. Now let me show you one of the creature comforts that I have come to fall in love with when I'm at my cutting table. So I find sometimes I'm running to go over there to get scissors, or if I have my something over there, I have come to love this. I bought this off of Amazon. It's just an under drawer storage thing that you have space. You guys, I just put all my stuff in here that I will use at my cutting table, and certain things I've added since, because I was like, oh, I use that over here, let me put that in here. And when I tell you that chalk, my seam gauge, stuff like that, oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. Some rotary blade replacements over here for what I do over here as well. My pattern weights, for anybody who's wondering, I have a basket. So this little thing stand is actually for one of the printers, but I don't use it for that. I just put lifted up my pattern weights, and so all my pattern weights are in here. And then when I am sitting over here at my sewing table, and like I said, I'm doing stuff and I'm, you know, moving, ironing board is right here, I can turn there and move. You guys, having this, like exactly what I have over there at my cutting table, but I have next to my sewing machine another drawer that I have bought 2 for things I know I reach for the most sitting out right now. But I have my pointer, I have my seam ripper, I have my little nips. All of it's sitting out because I'm working on some stuff, but all of that is in here. Chalk, things I would just reach for quickly is all in here. My duckbill scissors, all of that. Sticky notes, all of that is just sitting right here if I need it. And even if I'm sitting down there, the thing is, a lot of the stuff that's in here really is down there as well in that tier. But for the most part, I probably end up just opening this and using that. Plus, I have some stuff up there on top. So yeah, that's it. That's the room that I am absolutely in love with this space. And like I said, the freedom to continue to move around and everything in here. I'm just changing out. Forgot to change the calendar. And I can see everything. I mean, you can just see everything. I love it. I love where my cutting table is. The fact that I can walk around it now easily when cutting projects out. Yeah, I am so super happy with how everything looks. You will have to let me know. I know this is a little longer of a video, but you'll have to let me know what you think. What are your thoughts? I will link like I said, I only had a couple new things. It was the shoe racks that I was using for different types of stands. These things here. And then the under drawer, the clear under drawer storage. Oh, and maybe, I don't know if anybody has space that small for shelving to fit in between something. It's only like 4 or 5 things. I'll link. It's of course an affiliate link because it's my Amazon link. And so just so you're aware of that. But yeah, that's it. That is the space. Like I said, I had been working on it starting March all the way. Sometime in March. I don't even remember what day I started. And I think I finished in March. It could have been early April. I really don't remember at this point. But when I tell you, I am absolutely floored with how it looks. Please let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. But she is updated and more functional. I might just tag the video there. Updated and more functional sewing space. So that is it, everybody. Let me know what you think. Stay tuned for the next video. Should be my second. I was working on pattern test, remember, while I was away. So it should be the next pattern test release coming up in Wednesday's video. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget the Love Notions Me Made May trunk show every single day. There will be a pattern for $5. Always use my code SewNaturalDane1 to get an additional 10% off, and use my affiliate link as well. I will put that down in the description box. So yeah, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. Again, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking, how everything turned out. But it works for me and I absolutely love it. All right, everybody, have a blessed one, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.